In this video, I hope to be able to show you what straight razors are, what straight razors are available, talk a little bit about collecting straight razors, talk about restoration of straight razors, honing straight razors, which is a very critical piece and one that we've had many requests over the years to demonstrate to people. This video should encompass the entire world of straight razor shaving and everything that is associated with it. Hi folks, my name is Lynn Abrams and I'm the founder of the Straight Razor Place. I'm also a 30-year straight razor shaver. You might wonder why the Straight Razor Place was founded almost 6 years ago, and to that I can tell you that up until that point there was no single source throughout the entire internet where collecting information, shaving information, and general information about straight razors was known. And that was where it all started. The Straight Razor Place started as a Yahoo group, has over 2,700 members who are participants on an active basis. In addition, we have a .com site, www.straightrazorplace.com, which now has over 700 members. All of our members, as was the premise of the beginning of our club, are dedicated to sharing information to new straight razor shavers or collectors, to providing people with straight razors, to providing any and all resources available. It has grown beyond that to where we now have craftsmen making handles or scales for razors. We now have people in America that are making straight razors. This is the first time that that's happened in roughly 25 to 50 years. We have knife makers that are genuinely interested in helping to perpetuate the straight razor shaving world. You might ask, why would I shave with a straight razor? I can tell you that from the 30 years of my practice with a straight razor, that what I have found is that you not only get the very smoothest and most comfortable shave available, you also get a level of relaxation and enjoyment that is beyond compare. In our society today, people are constantly in a hurry and rush to get up in the morning, get out of the house, and get into the office. I have found that I start every morning off in a much better frame of mind by starting off with setting the extra time aside to shave with a straight razor. So where did all this start? If we go back to the beginning of time, people used to shave by having hot coals on a stick and burning away some of their beard. As tools progressed, they were shaving with shells, they were shaving with chipped off pieces of rock, and as you can imagine, that was quite uncomfortable. As metals evolved, the advent of the straight razor and a sharpening blade to use as a shaving instrument was developed and has prospered up until about the time of 1904 when Mr. Gillette came in and introduced the double-edged razor blade. Up until that point, as we go into the 1800s and early 1900s, people would frequent barber shops, at which point a barber would actually give them their shaves on a daily basis, every couple of day basis, or even weekly basis. And it was a point of communication, it was a point of socialization, and an ongoing wonderful experience. As time progressed and more people became more busy, the ease of the double-edged razor took over to the point where we have 3-bladed razors, 4-bladed razors, and even 5-bladed razors today, not to mention electric razors. There's a significant feeling of nostalgia that you get when you shave with a straight razor. It's amazing the reactions that you'll get when you tell people that you shave with a straight razor. Anything from "why in the world would you do that" to "you'll cut your throat," which actually is the name of a razor, and that's why they still call it a cutthroat razor in England. There are many differences that you will find from shaving with a straight razor. I, for one, feel that the shave is much closer. I think you get a much smoother feeling face after the shave using a straight razor than anything else. I also get the feeling of the old world by utilizing some of the more barbershop-oriented aftershaves and fragrances that are out there. And that's the reason that I'm making this video, is to share all of the information in our straight razor world with people who are interested in learning how to shave with a straight razor and people who have been shaving with a straight razor and want to learn more. Like today, it's amazing how many college students are actually looking into straight razor shaving because of the expense in buying Quattro blades or some of the other available products that are out there. We also are having a very big resurgence of people in the middle age and older who remember their grandfather shaving with a straight razor and remember that wonderful nostalgic feeling and are looking forward into coming back into the straight razor world. There are some of them that are even shaving with their fathers and grandfathers' straight razors that have been handed down to them. Let's get started by identifying the different parts of a straight razor. This particular straight razor is a Straight Razor Place limited edition. It's actually number 1 in the limited edition series of 250 razors that were made. This particular razor has wooden handles. Handles are also referred to as scales. This particular razor is a 2-pinned model of handle. Some razors come with a 3rd pin for the tang to rest on when you close the razor. The blade itself consists of an edge, which is the actual part that you shave with. There's the heel and the toe. The top part of the razor is called the spine, or the back of the razor. As I mentioned earlier, the middle part is called the tang. The end part is called the monkey tail. Various people will have different names for these same parts. The tang may be called the shaft. The monkey tail may be called the tang. So that vernacular you'll become accustomed to as you deal more with razors. Handles can be made out of various materials. In the old days, handles were made out of wood and ivory and celluloid and bakelite. They also were made out of more exotic materials in the form of mother of pearl, abalone, and some other exotic materials. There are various briar woods that can be utilized to make razor handles as well, in addition to more modern plastics. Horns were also very popular in the making of handle. Elk horns, stag horn, ram's horn. You'll see various materials being utilized in the handles or scales of straight razor. Another thing to understand about your straight razor is the various grinds. Razors can be made with what we would call a full wedge, which would be a wedge-shaped blade at the end, if you looked at it from this angle, from a quarter ground to a half hollow to a full hollow. What this really reflects is how much metal is taken off from the spine to the edge, and you'll find that the quarter hollow, or the wedges, tend to be heavier razors, tend to have a less delicate edge, whereas your full hollow grinds will have a very delicate edge. It will seem very thin.